great personal character. And these guys, I think, represent exactly the type of players we want to bring in and will continue to bring into Sacramento as we look to get back to the playoffs. So, with that, I just say we're very pleased with the outcome tonight and happy to take questions.
Thank you, Monty. And with that, we'll start with James Ham.
Hey, Monty, just coming into the day, number one, was he on your radar? And number two, you now have a ton of guards. What exactly are you going to do with all of those stacks of young guards that you have?
Yeah, Davion has been on our radar for a long time. And, certainly, you never know at 9 what's going to happen ahead. But when he was on the board, we were super excited to call his name. And like I said, best player available. And Davion just won a national championship in a 3-guard lineup. One of the best winners, competitors, one of the toughest players, obviously an incredible defender. And then on the offensive end, the ability to shoot off the catch, off the dribble, attack the basket, create for others. I think there's, an incredible variety of lineups and situations that he'll be able to succeed in. So really excited to bring him on board.
Next, we'll go to Jason Jones.
Hey, Monty, how you doing?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, a lot of times you hear teams talk about prioritizing defense, but when you get to the draft situation, those defensive players don't seem usually valued as high. Just when you looked at that aspect of Davion's game and even Neemias looking at him as well, just where did you factor that in the decision making to put them where they were on your board?
Yeah, it was really, like I said, it was best player available, but it was really nice to have that line up with one of our priorities this offseason which is to improve our defense. And, Davion, we saw him guard positions 1 to 4. We think he can come in and do just that from the get-go. And then, of course, with Neemias, his size pops off, his shot blocking ability. But really, it was more happenstance. We didn't go in targeting defense necessarily. We wanted the best players, the best talents, the best people we could get, and obviously excited that they ended up to be 2 pretty darn good defenders as well.
Next, we'll go to Jason Anderson.
Hey, Monty, good to see you tonight. There was a lot of thinking going into this draft that you might look to address some of your positional size and depth issues in the front court with this number 9 pick. And I just wonder how much you weighed those other needs versus what you saw in Davion.
Yeah, no, we in the draft, we try to block that out and just focus on, this is really a player we hope is in our organization for a long, long time, and try not to be too short-sighted. We think Davion's got the ability to come in right away, but also be with us for many years. And so, certainly we looked through it with that kind of best player lens. And, Davion was for us, that guy this year, and we're super excited.
Next, we'll go to Matt George.
Hey, Monty, good to talk to you. Davion Mitchell had a significant increase in his three-point shooting percentage in his most recent year from the years past. Some were calling that more of an anomaly. I was curious how you viewed that and how you think that part of his game will translate to the NBA.
Yeah, Davion shot 45% on like 100 and something threes, really tough ones off the dribble. They were deep. To us, it was a positive. We see somebody who we graded out as one of the best workers in the entire draft. And the fact that he's improved every year to us is a positive, not a negative. I have no doubt he'll be able to shoot the ball from deep, attack the rim, all the stuff he needs to do, create for others on offense. So, for us, it was a huge positive that he shot 45%, especially with the types of shots that he was taking for that offense.
Next, we'll go to Tony Harvey.
Monty, I've heard a lot of nicknames given out between the college and NBA ranks, but Off Night has to be one of the best ones I've heard thus far. And on top of that, Davion was a three-time national player of the year. So that really says, I know you mentioned, the best player in the draft. And when I did talk to him right after the Kings drafting, first thing that he talked about was defense. Could you talk about, going into that conversation with the rest of your staff about his defensive abilities and what it could offer for the Kings?
Yeah, no, Off Night is an incredible nickname, and I hope there's many off nights in our opponents' futures this year. But I love, everything that Davion brings, that he stands for. The mentality that he's going to go in and shut down the other team's best player, which he did all through his college career. Just an incredible asset to add into the team we're building here, and I think speaks to what Davion's about.
We'll go back to Sean Cunningham.
Hey, what's up, Monty?
Hey, Sean.
Did today's draft go about the way you expected it to go, at least within that lottery range, the way you had kind of expected?
It's so hard to predict, especially outside the top few picks. So what I would say is, yeah, it's maybe not exactly what we had predicted, but we were pretty prepared, I think, for whatever did happen in that range. But we were certainly keeping an eye on Davion, and when he fell, not saying it was unexpected, but certainly exciting for us. We were able to call his name there. So, we do our best to play out any scenarios and be prepared. We definitely felt prepared tonight.
Next, we'll go back to James Ham.
Yeah, Monty, you guys have been in the news all week long with trade rumors and everything else. Just how busy are you guys? How much are you looking to reshape this thing? And what do you have to say about some of your players who, unfortunately sometimes get hung out to dry in some of these things and their names are mentioned so often? Yeah,
certainly it's a busy time with the draft. Free agency is right around the corner. There will be rumors out there, and it's our job to explore those. But really, we've done a ton of draft prep. Tonight, was about the draft, about the two guys that we brought in, and like we've said, we want to add to the team through any avenue we can, and I think we got two really good ones in the draft tonight. So, that's the highlight for us.
Back to Jason Jones.
Yeah, Monty, in terms of taking the best player available, how tough is it to balance that when you can also go the route of positional drafting? I'm thinking in the lottery, you're in the lottery because you need to probably build the talent base up. Does that make it easier to ignore the positional concerns and just go best player available?
Yeah, I think, certainly the lottery is one of the, really the only chances to get a young player with upside, with talent into your organization, right? Otherwise, guys are hitting free agency usually at a more advanced age. So, we want to take that opportunity to do that. We have other avenues to fill out our other holes, our other needs. That's the lens we look through, and yeah, sometimes maybe it's hard to stay disciplined, but our staff did a great job of doing that and looking through that lens. And just like we did with Tyrese last year, we're super excited to add Davion next to De'Aaron. So we think we got an incredible backcourt.
Next question from Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Monty. The Portuguese, Neemias, I hope I'm saying this pronounced. Neemias, thank you. Double guy, had 97 blocks last season at 3.3 per game. 7-footer. Is there anything else you can provide with us? I don't think he played in the Big West. I don't think I heard his name on the radar at all, during the college season. But obviously, you guys been doing your homework. What else do we know about this Portuguese folk?
Yeah, no, Neemias, I'm actually, I guess, happy he was playing at Utah State. Maybe stayed under the radar for us, because I don't understand how a 7-footer who blocks 100 shots in a year stays under the radar, but incredible defensive capabilities. But I think what's intriguing about him and is still underrated is his offensive package, his IQ, his passing. One of the best passing big men in the game. ability to show touch from outside and really score inside. And, obviously his size will help on the glass. So, I think hopefully will make a bigger name for himself here in Sacramento.
Next question from Matt George.
Monty, I'm hoping for a little clarification. When you talk about best player available, maybe this is getting a little too specific. Is that like best player available in terms of immediate impact, in terms of highest ceiling, even if it's more of a developmental project? How do you weigh, I guess, that?
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of factors that go into that. I think really it's maybe easier to explain in the negative, which is, we try to not let immediate fit and need weigh in too much. So, that's really the lens we're looking at. Certainly there's a lot of factors that go into that, other timeline and things like that, but that's really what we're looking at.
Jason Anderson.
Monty, I understand what you're saying there, but where do you find the minutes and a role for this young man with such a loaded backcourt? Is there a need to kind of rebalance this roster a little bit before the season starts?
Yeah, no, I think, free agency and trade is, certainly an avenue to do that part, but, we're looking. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties, but we're, I think Davion, a player of that caliber, we're looking to just bring in incredible basketball players. And, I've had experience in my time in the NBA. We played against lineups with multiple guards. We have no issues. I already talked to Coach Walton. He's excited. We're going to find a way for our best players to get on the floor. So, Davion, we fully expect to be one of those guys.
Next to Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, Money, he had mentioned how he was a little surprised that Sacramento, he fell to Sacramento. Can you talk a little bit about the pre-draft process and how it pertained to him and just how much you guys interacted with him beforehand?
Yeah, we got to interview Davion in person at the Combine, which was awesome to have him with our group. See him up close, hear firsthand what he's about. We've obviously done our research, our intel background, seen him on the floor, live and on film, but that was awesome to be able to talk to him. And we've been following him for years. We've had guys at Baylor games, seen him on the road in big tournament games. And we know exactly what he's about, and it's exactly the type of guy that we want to bring in here. So that made it an easy decision for us.
Next, we'll go to Carmichael Dave.
Monty, when it comes to actually working players out prior to the draft, and we didn't really get much clarity from Davion, whether you did or didn't, and I don't know if you can give us more clarity. Is it an advantage when you do have that amount of tape, when you do have a high-profile player like that? And if you could also maybe go analytically, I know you guys love the numbers a little bit. What jumped off the board for you about Davion?
Yeah, like I said, we got to interview him, see him up close in Chicago. We did not end up bringing him in for a workout to Sacramento, but we've seen this guy for years in the college game, and we're extremely comfortable with what he's going to bring here. I think analytically, we actually just talked about, we love when all the information that we're bringing in lines up, and analytically, scouting wise, certainly lined up on him. He's, defensively generating steals and blocks. He's, like I said, shooting 45% from three, passing, shooting deep threes, and really just impacts the game. Both whether you're watching with your eyes or look at the box score, it pops. So, for him, it was, all those things lined up.
James Ham.
Yeah, Monty, he's an older prospect. He'll be 23 coming up here soon. And does that play into what you're trying to do here, especially just the personality that he plays with, the grit he plays with? But he's also one of those guys that maybe that transitions into leadership off the court, and you're looking for one of those guys who, doesn't mind punching somebody in the face and brings a little bit more oomph to him.
Yeah, Davion's certainly, with the age comes, leadership and, pedigree for him. And I think, certainly a younger prospect, I guess, has more time to develop, but Davion's already there playing at an extremely high level. Arguably the highest level in college basketball this year as the leader of the national champion. So, I think for his age, he far exceeded what you would expect. And, I think there's a lot of positives that come with that as well.
All right, everyone, we have time for a couple of more questions. Jason Anderson.
Monty, something that's not very analytical. Davion says, I can be a dog. We hear that word in Sacramento a lot, that this team might need a dog. Do you see some dog in Davion, and is that part of what you liked?
Yeah, if Davion says that, I mean, we certainly see the incredible toughness, the defensive mindset, really the will to go and do whatever he has to do to win that night. And we certainly want and need more of that here. So I love to hear that. And he is, it shows up every time we watch him. So we're really excited for that.
Next to Carmichael Dave.
Monty, I know it's you're still catching your breath from the draft, but as much as you can, next steps now. Will Davion, will both picks be available for summer league? And far better than us, we hear rumors of people in and out working out. Do you foresee getting Davion acclimated with some of the guys on the floor, maybe even before training camp?
Yeah, we're working through all that. Like you said, we haven't had time to catch our breath. We're excited to get both Davion and Neemias here to SAC as soon as we can, and get all that process rolling, because a little longer off season than last time, but still short. And we want these guys to be ready for all the next steps, and hopefully help us on the floor come October. So we're working on it.
Final question of the night, Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to ask about, draft overall. Obviously, it's the first of, three things this offseason where teams can make things better. Were you surprised that there wasn't maybe more movement? How aggressive were you guys looking to maybe shake things up a bit?
Yeah, we were looking, like I said, I think at the end of season press conference, we know we got to kick down all the doors until we're where we need to be. So we're doing that. It ended up tonight that the best avenue was to sit at 39, draft two incredible players. Like I said, lucky that they're both incredible defenders. We need that. And, next up is free agency as we try to fill out the rest of the team. So, that's, just how it went tonight. We're super excited for the outcome.
Thank you very much, Monty.
Yeah. Can I just one shout out, like Gregory Wissinger must be G Wiss on Twitter. And I don't know if the baby draft guy's out there, but just want to say hi to you too. So I see you guys' tweets. I appreciate the passion. The rest of you, glad to see you on the camera again. It was good to see a lot of you guys in person. So see you guys soon.
Thank you very much.
Further.
Monty.